Hello, boys and girls. All right, Mrs. Anna is back in the house. Now, let me tell you, I decided to give you two stories today because the first story is very short, but the second story is at the length that we usually listen to. Okay, so our first story is called The Hare and the Tortoise. I think you've heard of this before, but let's get started. The Hare and the Tortoise. There once lived a very proud hare. He loved to stroll around the warren with his nose held high in the air. Everyone knew that the hare thought he was the best hare there ever was. There was one thing that the hare was more proud of than anything else. He had been blessed with strong back legs, and that meant he could run very fast. He never missed an opportunity to show off his running skills to his friends, and no one had ever been known to run faster than him, or not until the day he met the tortoise, who slowly crawled by as the hare was bragging to his friends. Hurry up, old tortoise, laughed the hare. If you went much slower, the grass would grow over you. You may rush all you wish, the tortoise said, but I get to where I want to be soon enough, thank you. He looked the hare up and down slowly before continuing. In fact, I reckon I could get there quicker than you, fast as you are. The hare burst out laughing. Quicker than me? That I should like to see. And so he challenged the tortoise to a race. The arrangements were soon made, and the very next day everyone arrived to watch the hare and the tortoise run their race. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Cried the rooster, and in a flash the hare was out of sight and over the hill. The crowd clapped and cheered as the old tortoise lifted first one foot and then the other, and slowly began to make his way along the path. He looked neither to the right nor to the left, but kept his eyes on the winding road straight ahead. The hare raced along the road. It was obvious to one and all that the hare was in a great hurry, and it seemed he would surely win. Far behind him, the tortoise plodded steadily along. Soon the hare had reached the race's halfway point. I have plenty of time, he said to himself. I must be miles ahead of that old slowpoke tortoise by now. In fact, I could have a snooze right here and now, and when I wake up, continue on my way, and I would still have time to beat that tortoise. And so the hare sat down under a tree and went to sleep. The hours passed by, and after a time, the tortoise appeared over the hill. He walked down the road till he reached the spot where the hare sat, fast asleep. The tortoise looked, but didn't say a word, and continued steadily on his way. The sun was beginning to go down when the hare suddenly woke up. He yawned and stretched and saw to his satisfaction that the tortoise was nowhere to be seen. Plenty of time to win the race, said the hare to himself happily. Off down the road he sped, but as he came over the hill, he saw the most amazing sight. There ahead of him was the tortoise, taking his last few steps towards the finish line. The crowds cheered and wildly as his shiny shell broke the tape in two, and the rooster declared him the winner. As the hare panted for breath at the end of the race, the tortoise smiled. Slow I may be, but I keep my eye on the goal and I don't let anything distract me. The end. Well, this was a lesson learned, right, children? All right, I hope you enjoyed that story. So, we're going to move on into our next story. It's called The Princess and the Pea. The Princess and the Pea. Once upon a time, there was a prince who wanted to marry a princess. She had to be a real princess, though. The prince looked all over the world, but he couldn't find who he wanted. Many young women said they were princesses, but were they really? It was hard to know for sure. There was always something about them that did not seem quite right. So the prince came home again and was sad. He still wanted to find a real princess to marry. One evening, there was a terrible storm with thunder and lightning. The rain came down hard as the wind howled. Suddenly, someone knocked at the castle door. A young woman stood outside. She said she was a princess who had been caught in the storm. But what a sight the rain and wind had made her look. The water ran down from her hair and clothes. It ran into the toes of her shoes until they overflowed. Still, she said that she was a real princess. We'll soon find out, thought the old queen. She went into the bedroom and stripped all the bedding off the bed. She took a pea and laid it on the bare bed frame. Then she took 20 mattresses and placed them on top of the pea. Finally, she put 20 blankets stuffed with goose feathers on top. On this bed, the princess had to lie all night. In the morning, the queen asked her how she had slept. "Oh, very badly. I barely closed my eyes all night," said the princess. "Goodness knows what it was, but I was lying on something hard," she added. "I am black and blue all over my body. It was horrible," she cried. Now they knew that she was a real princess. She had felt the pea right through 20 mattresses and 20 goose feather blankets. Nobody but a real princess could be that sensitive. So the prince married her, for now he knew that she was a real princess. The pea was given to a museum. You can still see it there if you like. The end. All right, kids, I really hope you enjoyed both of these stories. All right, now if you want to continue these stories on Monday, can you please ask your parents to subscribe, comment, like, and ring that notification bell? And Miss Anna will continue doing what she's been doing. All right, so you have a good week, and this is Anna.